Oh, hi, how are you? Welcome to my channel. As you can see, I am all ready for Halloween. For today's video, I have something very special in store for you. We're going to be learning some scary adjectives that you could use maybe in your creative writing or in your daily conversations or daily life. Why not? Why don't we begin? So now, why don't we begin with our first word, which is going to be eerie. Eerie means mysterious, strange, or even frightening. For example, the old abandoned school gave her an eerie feeling. Or she had the eerie sensation that she was being watched. Now, our next word is creepy. And creepy is someone or something that makes you feel frightened or nervous. And creepy can be used in this kind of scary Halloweenish context, or we also tend to use it in our daily normal lives. So maybe, for example, if a guy comes up to us and is talking to my friends and I, and maybe he's being kind of strange, we might say like, ugh, that guy is kind of creepy. Creepy. So why don't we take a look at some examples? For example, there's something creepy about the new neighbor. I got chills down my spine when I first met him. Or we can also say, the night before Halloween, Amanda and her friends visited the creepy neighborhood cemetery. Evil. Now, evil means to be morally bad or unpleasant. For example, an evil witch or an evil ghost or spirit or your evil stepmother. Why don't we take a look at some examples? For example, did you watch the movie that just came out about the evil doll? Or the girl wanted nothing to do with her evil stepmother. Now, our next word is petrifying. And petrifying would be like extremely frightening. Okay, so I would say it's like another level above terrifying and frightening, petrifying. So that's really, really, really scary. Let's take a look at some examples. For example, Sarah found the zombie walk she attended for charity absolutely petrifying. Or they heard a petrifying sound coming from the kitchen. Now, our next word is haunted. And when something is haunted, it's inhabited or visited by ghosts. So you could have a house that's haunted, maybe your kitchen is haunted, maybe your doll is haunted. So there could be various different places or objects that could be haunted. Why don't we take a look at some examples? For example, the haunted house at the amusement park was decorated with beautiful jack-o'-lanterns. We could also say, I'm almost certain that this house is haunted. I hear strange noises and people whispering at night, almost as if they're in the house with us. Now, our next word is nerve-wracking. And something that is nerve-wracking, you would say, is something that causes a lot of stress or worry for someone. For example, Anna and her friends decided to visit a haunted house on Halloween night. The experience was so nerve-wracking and terrifying that Anna swore to never go back again. Or we can also say, that was the most nerve-wracking ghost story I've ever heard. I won't be sleeping all week. Now, our next adjective is menacing. And menacing is something or someone that threatens to cause harm or evil. For example, he answered in a deep, menacing voice. For example, after refusing to share their Halloween treats, the boys encountered menacing stares from the school bullies. Now our next adjective is spine-chilling. And something that is spine-chilling is extremely frightening. Let's take a look at some examples. Henry told his friends a spine-chilling ghost tale. Or, I woke up to hear a spine-chilling sound coming from my closet. Now our next adjective is hair-raising. And hair-raising would be something that is extremely exciting, but also extremely frightening at the same time. Let's take a look at some examples. For example, the couple heard a hair-raising scream coming from the neighbor's house. Another example could be, my sister used to tell me stories about her hair-raising encounter with a real witch, but I never believed her. Spooky, frightening or strange. Now, spooky is used also for frightening situations, but not too frightening, just the perfect amount. For example, the old abandoned house next door is spooky. I swear I saw someone watching me from the window last night. Another example we could say is, it's Halloween month and I'm looking for some spooky books to read at night. Now our next word would be terrifying. And terrifying is very frightening or very scary. For example, when you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, that could be very frightening. Why don't we take a look at some examples? For example, the movie that we watched last night was terrifying. I couldn't sleep all night. Or, it was the most terrifying experience of my life. I'm still afraid to go down to the basement alone. Now, our next word is wicked. And wicked means to be evil or morally bad. It's a synonym of evil, so it has a similar meaning and could be used in a similar context. Let's take a look at some examples. For example, the wicked witch cast a spell on the princess. For example, the woman leaned forward with a wicked smile and asked the children if they wanted some soup. The children smiled back nervously and graciously said no. Now our next word is sinister. And sinister would be, for example, if I describe something as sinister, it makes me feel like something bad or evil might happen. So maybe I could describe someone or something as sinister. Let's take a look at some examples. For example, the man gave us a sinister smile as he left the house. Or we could also say, the police discovered the woman's sinister plan to kill her husband. And our last word is horrifying. And when something is horrifying, it causes shock and horror. Let's take a look at some examples. For example, the mad scientist worked day and night on his horrifying creation. Or we could also say, Sam and his friends recalled that horrifying evening at the cemetery when the hand came out from the dirt. All right, students, we've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. And I hope that you enjoyed this very special, spooky Halloween video. As you can see, it's my favorite time of the year, and I just wanted to share it with you. So I hope that you enjoyed a little bit of North American culture and tradition, and I will see you next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos. I'm watching you. Bye for now.